Yo, what's going on? In this episode of the Jay Cartere Show Podcast, I want to talk about financing, good debt versus bad debt, and a little bit of financial advice, I guess, but I'm not a financial advisor, so take this with a pinch of salt. First of all, we're going to have some words from our sponsors, so we'll be right back. This episode of the Jay Cartere Show Podcast is sponsored by me at growonyoutube.com. If you want to grow your YouTube gaming channel, then growonyoutube.com is the place to go. I just released my new book, A Gamer's Guide to Greatness, which will show you how to grow your YouTube gaming channel and turn it into a business. You can get that at growonyoutube.com/guide. If you want to grow your YouTube gaming channel and turn it into your career, make a full-time living, become a full-time YouTube gamer, actually build a business around it, then this book is for you. If you just want to live off AdSense and become a big YouTuber and be broke, then this book is not for you. It's not for anyone who wants overnight success or anything like that. But go to growonyoutube.com/guide if you think this will be helpful for you. You can see the reviews of happy customers who have purchased the book already and are now using the strategies in there to grow their own YouTube gaming channels. Now, I basically created the book that I wish I would have had when I first started out on YouTube. I've spent a variety of years. I think I started in around 2011, and I did a lot of experiments, a lot of research, a lot of trial and error in order to find out what actually works. So I've distilled all of that and put it into this book, this guide, so you guys can know what works and grow your YouTube gaming channel. I've grown my YouTube gaming channel to over 24,000 subscribers. When this comes out, it'll probably be even more than that. I don't know. It's continually growing. It's always growing, and it's going to continue growing because I know what works. I know what works now, and I've put that in this book to show you what works. And if you want that, go to growonyoutube.com/guide. Now let's get into the episode. Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay Cartere from growonyoutube.com, teaching you how to be better. And I wanted to talk about financing and, bad debt versus good debt, all that sort of stuff, because I saw this was basically a topic of discussion on Twitter a few weeks ago. When this comes out, it's going to be like a bunch of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago at this point. Like, people seem to have an adverse reaction to people financing things. And when I say financing things, if you don't know what that means, it's generally when you purchase something, you can either buy it outright, or you can finance it, which means a loan company will pay for it and you'll pay for it in installments. So when people purchase things in installments, other people, generally poor people, will look at them and say, oh, you're broke, you couldn't buy it outright, you should only buy it if you can afford it like 4 times or whatever, or twice. And I believe in not buying things that you can't afford 100%. I think if you go into debt to purchase something you can't afford, that is bad money management, unless that thing is going to make you money in the time that it will take you to pay it off, so that you make enough money to pay it off and then you're actually up. So if you know that that's the case, you're making an investment for your business, then fair enough. And I'll give you some examples of good debt, bad debt, and financing, and where I believe this is it's a good thing to do and where I believe it's not a necessary thing to do. And on the timeline on Twitter, I think people were focusing on financing a Rolex, which is interesting because Rolex is actually, as far as I know, they retain value for quite a long time. Now, I don't know how that's going to be in 10 years if Rolex is still going to be around and popping and they're still going to be retaining their value. But apparently, if you buy a Rolex, it's going to retain its value. It may even go up in value. So it might be a good investment. And if it's that, then fair enough, you can finance it. But personally, I wouldn't spend like $3,000 on a Rolex and finance it or anything like that, because I just think that's a useless expenditure of my money. There was also the talk of people financing cars instead of buying it outright, and I totally understand that as well. But if you want to learn more about that, I suggest checking out the Dysonomics podcast, because he discussed that a few weeks ago. If you go look at his podcast about financing, him and a friend went over financing cars, and they've got way more experience in that in that area than I do, because I don't drive, so I don't know shit about financing cars. But I'm going to talk about a few times in my life where it made good sense to finance things. Now, I generally will not go into debt to purchase something unless I already have the money to buy it. And I did this with my phone. I think it was like 2 to 3 years ago. I got the iPhone 7 because I needed to upgrade my phone. I had to. I'm not one of these people who just upgrade my phone whenever the new iPhone comes out. I don't do that. I think it's a waste of money. I think iPhone are hilarious in the consumerism they promote to get people to just upgrade every year and waste money. I don't believe in that, but I needed a new phone. So what I did, which is different than what most people do. Now, what most people do is they go to O2 or Virgin or one of these companies, and they'd get the phone and they'd pay a monthly fee, and that is purchasing your phone on finance. Some people don't look at it that way. They don't realize that that's what's going on, but you are going into debt to pay off that phone. And yeah, you may get a monthly package with it, you may get some minutes and all that sort of stuff, but you're spending 2 years, generally these contracts are 2 years, paying like £30 in order to pay off this phone, and you're paying more than your phone. Like you're paying way more than your phone, and it's not necessary. What I actually did is I went to Littlewoods and I got the iPhone 7 on a buy now pay later deal, or I think it was either buy now pay later. I think it was buy now pay later, and then basically the way it worked is you buy it, and then in 6 months you need to start making the monthly payments of like £20 or whatever. And I think I picked the year or a year and a half package or something like that, and I got that because I knew it's better to just buy the phone. It's better to just own the phone so that I don't have another monthly bill. And I bought a SIM card, which I have a monthly bill with that, which my monthly bill is like £7. So my bills are way lower than most people who have their phone and whatnot. But you know, some people have unlimited internet, all that sort of stuff. I don't really have that because it's not necessary, because I spend most of my time at home near the computer, near my Wi-Fi. So I don't need unlimited internet. I don't need unlimited phone calls. Don't need unlimited texts or anything like that. So my phone bill is £7 a month right about now. And when I financed that phone, I didn't wait to pay it off. I had the money there. It was like £800. I had the £800 in my account, but that was basically what I had to my name. I think I probably had about £1,000 in my account at the time, and I was losing money. I was constantly losing money. I was working on my businesses, working on my YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff, but I was losing money every month. So I knew that I could pay this off, but if I bought it right now, I'd have no money to invest, to spend on marketing, to do anything. I'd have no cash flow. I'd have no emergency funds, and that's just not smart in terms of if you run a business or in terms of financially managing your money at any point in time. So I didn't do that. I instead got it on finance, but I ended up paying it off within like way less than the time I was supposed to take. Like, let's say I took half the time or something. So I paid it off and I own the phone. I don't have to worry about anyone saying, you need to pay this or else we're going to take your phone or whatever. I've got my phone, I own it. And I've got the £7 chip. So that's what I did there. Now, there are other times where I suggest you purchase things outright. Like I paid for ConvertKit for the whole year outright. I paid for my Thrive Themes membership for the whole year outright, because I knew I'd be using that for the whole year. You get a small discount when you do things like this, and these are investments in my business, and I had more cash flow at the time to do that. But when you have low cash flow, it makes sense for you to finance something as long as you could afford it if you didn't purchase it. Or maybe it's like 200, 500 over the amount of money you have. And it gives you the ability to have that thing that hopefully helps you progress in your business and helps you make more money, whilst you also have the cash flow as well. You have money in your account, so you can buy things, you can spend on marketing, you can use that money to make you more money. And I think that's a good strategic thing to do. Another thing I financed was my PC. Late last year, my laptop broke. So I had no way to stream, to make videos, to do anything like that. So I had to invest in my PC. I wanted to get a PC prior to that because I wanted to get into PC gaming, but I needed to get this PC because I didn't have the ability to create content, which is basically what my business is based on. So I had to do that, and I think it was like £800 or something. And it was like a similar situation to last time with the phone. Like I had the money, but I didn't have way more than the money in it. I didn't have a lot of money in my account, so I didn't want to spend and then have no money. I still wanted to maintain cash flow. So I purchased that, and I knew looking at my finances that my money should go up, but that was back basing it on Patreon and stuff, and I lost a couple patrons after that, so it could have went wild. But luckily my other businesses picked up and were able to pay off that cost. Actually, I didn't pay off the cost using my new businesses. I just had the money and just paid off the cost through, well, I think the book sales did help. And just not spending a lot. Not spending a lot is great for your finances, trust me. So I got that. I got it on buy now, pay later. And I, instead of what you were supposed to do, which was pay it back on a monthly basis at like 20 or something pounds, I just saved up the money and just paid it all back at once. Well, like before the first payment date started, which you also need to pay an extra £20 to finish it early, which I paid that fee because I wasn't trying to get another monthly bill. When you're broke, you don't want more monthly bills. Like when you already are losing money or you're having a low amount of money every month, you don't want more bills to eat into your income. Like that's just not smart. So that's what I did. So I had the PC for the time without paying for it. I was able to make content on it. I was able to use the money in my account to invest in things like marketing and stuff, and invest in tools and all that sort of stuff, and put the money where it needed to be in order to help me make more money. And it all worked out fine. That's good types of financing. You spend it on things that are going to make you more money. You spend it on things related to your business. Makes a lot of sense. Bad debt, in my opinion, is when you spend on things that are just losses. Like they're not assets. I forgot what the other word is. It's expenses, assets, liabilities. They're liabilities. They don't do anything for you. For example, if I was to spend £1,000 on a TV, yeah, and I had like £500 in my account, that would be bad debt. That would be stupid because I'm living not within, but it doesn't sound like without my means makes sense. I'm living outside of my means. I'm spending money I can't really afford to spend. Now, it depends on your income. If you're making like £500 a month in profit, then that's fine because you can just pay it off next month, but it's still not the smartest decision. Now, I personally wouldn't finance a TV for £1,000 and do that because I don't believe that's good debt. I think that's a waste of my debt. That's me spending money that I don't need to spend that may not make me more money. Now, right about now, I do actually want a new TV because my TV is kind of small. My eyesight's getting a little bit shitty. I do need to get glasses, which is going to be interesting. So I do kind of want to upgrade to a bigger TV so that I can just see things better and experience things better. And honestly, it does factor into my business because I make a lot of gaming videos and videos on YouTube using my TV, so it makes sense there. But I wouldn't spend on entertainment or any liabilities using, debt. Like that is not smart to me personally. And I see a lot of people do that, and then they have debt. They have these things that are outside of their means of living, and they end up being broker and broker because they just buy more things that aren't helping them make money, and they're just losing more money. And I don't think that's smart. Good debt is when you buy things that are assets. So you get some money and you spend it on something that's going to help you make more money. So if you went to a bank, you got a deposit on a house or whatever, you got a mortgage, you rented it out to other people, that's a good asset because that's going to make you more money. Or like what I did, I purchased my PC. I was able to do a lot of things on that. I made my websites on it. I did a bunch of work over those days when I just had my PC and no laptop. So, you know, it added up. And in the time that I didn't pay for it, I was able to do so much work that led to me able to pay for it. So that makes sense to me. And I believe that's pretty much the end of it right about now. I think people who look down on financing and think, oh, you're broke if you finance things and all that sort of stuff, are generally poor people that don't know how to manage money. Now, financing things can be very, very smart because it gives you the opportunity to use the money that you otherwise would have spent, and you can use that in the meantime on other things that can enable you to make more money. But if you're just leaving the money there and you just have money in your account for the sake of it and you're not actually doing anything to make more money, for example, if you work a normal 9-to-5 job and that's all you do, like you go to work, you get the money, and that's the end of the money, like you don't have any other income streams, you only get paid when you go to work, then it makes sense. Like if you're holding money there, you're not really doing much with it other than just having the money there. But then again, you should have money for emergencies. There's so many people that I know that are living month to month. Like, when this month's done, they need to go to work next month in order to pay for that month. Otherwise, they're fucked. If they lost their job, they'd be fucked for a month. Like, that is not good. I think you should be saving money so that you can live for at least a year without doing any work. When you get to that point, then I think you're in a good position. Then you can be a little bit more experimental. You can be a little bit more risky with your maneuvers, and I think that's a smarter way to live, because when you're living month to month, it's mad, bruv. It's mad. And financing things and leveraging debt in a good way can help you do better and live year to year, which is a few months to a few months, which is a better way to be managing your finances. I really look at my finances in a real long-term view. I look at it over the year, and I don't live month to month. I live year to year now. But a few months back, maybe last year, it was like a couple months. But it was basically looking at the whole year, seeing when I thought I was going to run out of money and trying to make enough money before then. That's what I was trying to do. But it generally wasn't next month, luckily. So that's what I believe. I think there was something else that I wanted to say that I've forgotten. So let me quickly pause it and see if I can think. Getting things on finance can also help you build your credit rating, which is very important. And I don't think a lot of people think about this. Now, I got a credit card last year, I think, or maybe the year before, in order to just build my credit rating. Like, my credit rating was already good because when I got my BlackBerry from like 2013 or something, I got that on a contract, and they asked me if I wanted another one. They wanted me to take out 2, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. But my credit was good enough that I was able to do that because I just pay off all my bills. Like, I don't miss a bill payment, and I get things paid off. So I knew that it was good to have good credit. I got a credit card, and I just started, adding certain direct debits to my credit card. Like, I don't know, internet isn't something that I've actually added. Adobe Premiere Pro, that sort of stuff, those memberships, added those to my credit card, and I just pay it off monthly. Like, every month it gets paid, so there's no interest or anything like that. And it just shows people that you're able to take out money and pay it back, and that is very, very important, because then when I want to go and buy a house, I'm gonna have way better credit than someone who didn't finance anything, who didn't use credit cards or anything like that, because you don't have anything on record that shows that you're able to do that and keep up payments and all that sort of stuff. So I should be in a better place, even though I'm self-employed, so it may put me in a wild place, because I don't know what the logistics are with that. But hopefully me financing stuff and using my credit card put me in a good place in the future, and that's what you're betting on. It's all about long-term thinking, man. Long-term thinking is very, very important, and when you get to that place where you can develop long-term thinking and you're focusing on that, you'll see your life get much better. And I understand maybe you can't think about long-term thinking right about now because you're living month to month or week to week or something like that. But it's all about trying to get to the next step. Like if you're living week to week now, try to get to month to month. If you're living month to month, try to get to 2 months. Try to get to 3 months. Try to save enough money so that you don't have to work for 3 months. Like then you'll find yourself in a way better position, because you won't be feeling like, oh, I have to go to work tomorrow because if they fire me, it's fucked. Like, yeah, if they fire you, it's not great. If you've got enough money to live for 3 months, like that's still stressful, but it's way better than if they fire you, you don't know what you're doing next month or even for the rest of this month. Like that is a way worse proposition. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this helped you out. I do want to engage in a discussion. If you've got any thoughts on this, do you not like financing? Do you not like debt? Do you like going into debt? How do you approach these things? And how do you think about it? Because I understand debt can be scary to people, and honestly, I don't ever like to be in debt. I like to pay off things. That's why I try to buy things in bulk when I can. But anytime there's going to be an investment that will pay off in the future, it makes sense to finance it if it's something that, if I want to spend the money on other things in the meantime. Because I bought my laptop outright in, when was it, March or something, or May, or I don't know, April or something. Like I bought that outright. I was thinking about financing it, but eventually I just bought it outright because I think it was available in one shop that didn't offer financing and the other shops did. So I just had to go with it, no financing, and just pay it off immediately. And luckily in that month I made enough money to pay it off. So it was fine. It was like I didn't even, well, it was like I did spend the money, but like I broke even, innit? So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out. If you want to learn how I got over 23,000 subscribers and millions of views on my YouTube gaming channel, then you are in luck. Sign up to this free course right now. Link will be in the card, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. In this course, you will learn the best way to write your video titles, tags, and descriptions to help you rank on the first page of YouTube. It's simple when you know what to do. I'll also show you a hack that will help you choose the right key phrases and help you create videos that can rank and get views no matter what game you play. Stop struggling to grow your YouTube gaming channel and start doing what works. Click on the link in the description or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. This course will not be up forever, so get in there as soon as possible. I hope to see you here soon, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of turning your passion into your career.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you